Hi, welcome to Crown Her Story. I'm your host, Caitlin Fisher, your Mrs. Indiana Petite USA 2026. And this is a podcast where we share women's amazing stories and the even more amazing women behind them. So today we have
Stacy Schilling.
And what is your title today? Let me see.
I am Miss Elite Petite of Kentucky.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to go right into it.
Okay.
So you told us your name. What do you do for your community or your state?
I am
in general.
I'm a children's book author, illustrator, and I go to different vendor events locally in Bowling Green and other parts of Kentucky, and I share my story and I share my books and my products to let people know about Curl Confidence.
I love that. And this is one of your books right here.
This is actually an autobiography. This is my actual story of what happened when my mom convinced me to cut my wavy curly hair.
I love it. This is such a cute picture. This is you.
This is me.
This is
me. I'm actually a character in a book.
I love that so much. So what inspired you to begin your work on your journey?
So I've always wanted to write a book.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote a book a few years ago, but it was like it was a book, half graphic design and half of my life as a graphic designer. And I wrote 13 chapters and got it all done. And a neighbor who was also a writer with way more experience than I had read the first chapter and the table of contents. And she said, "This is going to sit on the shelf. It's not going to sell." And I said, "Okay." So I took the book and I shelved it, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And I let it go. But the story for the Frizz Girls came to life a few years later. So when I decided that I was going to stop straightening my hair, I started working with how to get my natural waves back. And I joined a couple communities on Facebook, one for wavies, one for curlies, to get feedback and assistance on how to start this process.
Okay.
There was a lot of great information from individuals in there on products to use and not use. And I started applying all those tips. And I started my hair journey because for several years as an adult, I straightened my hair. And I started applying the different techniques and tips and everything. And I documented my entire journey. And that journey is actually found on Pinterest. So I have a board called I Love My Wavy Clumps. And year one documents all the products and the methods I used. And then I have one for year two. And when I had gotten into year two and I was helping all these women and some men learn how to take care of their wavy curly hair, I thought to myself, if we, meaning we adults, are helping all of these women and some men take care of their wavy curly hair, I'm like, who's teaching the kids?
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to be part of this hair market, but I'm not a hairstylist by trade in any way. So I'm like, how do I be part of the hair community without being a stylist?
Yeah.
And that's where the books came into play. So that's when I created the books.
I love that so much. It's a great journey. So being an author
and illustrator,
you make an impact on children's lives daily. So what does being a woman impact mean to you then?
It means being who you are, being yourself, being confident. And the whole premise of the Frizz Girls series isn't necessarily towards girls because I'm actually running into a lot of grown women, millennials and Gen Xers who, like myself, went through a very similar experience that I went through as a child that I didn't realize other people went through.
Yeah.
And when I learned from them, they went through the same thing that I went through. And they see my books. They're like, I wish I had this when I was a kid. I said, that's exactly why I wrote these books, is so kids, specifically girls, would not have to go through the things that we went through as kids that we are now rebelling from as an adult.
Yeah, understandable. So who is a woman that has shaped or influenced you in a way?
I don't know if there's like a woman in particular. There have been women that I have seen.
Can be multiple, could be yourself.
I mean, I've impacted myself, but then there's women that I've seen that have done big things. I'm trying to think of, there's somebody in particular, I can't remember. Well, Jane Pauley, when I was in college, I went to school for journalism. She kind of inspired me. I actually was at an event somewhere. I can't remember where, and I actually ended up giving her my resume.
Oh.
Now, I never got a job out of it.
Still fun.
But that's okay. I gave my resume to Jane Pauley, so I can say that.
Yeah.
There is, growing up, when I went to college, because my degree was in journalism for my first degree, my minor was in the psychology and the sociology of sports and American culture. Mm-hmm. There was a woman sports broadcaster. I don't remember who the name is. It's not coming to me. But she kind of inspired me to go that route. So there have been many different women throughout my life that kind of have inspired me.
Yeah.
But not one woman in particular that said, I want to be exactly like her. Because I am my own person.
Yeah.
And I am my own unique person. So I feel like I should be more of myself. But there are elements of other women that I take and I embrace.
I love it, but you made an impact for yourself.
Exactly.
It showed you the inspiration to do whatever you needed to do for the future children of today.
Exactly. And I hope that I'm a role model for other girls that either want to love and take care of their natural hair, or that want to be authors, or want to be illustrators as well too.
Or pageant queens.
Or pageant queens, exactly. Like, to let them know that they can do whatever their little heart desires. There's no limit. It's just what the limit they give themselves.
I love that so much. So what challenge have you overcome that has maybe made you stronger during this journey?
There's a lot of challenges.
Pick one.
There's a lot of challenges. I've been homeless.
That's a big one.
I've been homeless without phone service, had my bank account overdrawn, and been without employment, and still managed to come out the other side.
And you're still a queen.
And I'm still a queen.
You're an author, an illustrator, and a queen. And you're pushing through life.
It's a matter of, I come from the generation where, as a Gen Xer, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we just kind of go, if no one's going to help us, we just have to figure out what it is. And sometimes it's in those dark places where we just have to go, there's got to be a way out. I don't know when and how there's going to be a way, but there has to be a way out. So it's just a matter of doing everything that I physically can within my own power that I've tried. And then it's just letting go and letting God take over and take control, and then be like, oh, that's how he's going to answer that. Okay, I'm okay with that.
No, absolutely. So what do you hope your legacy will be then? That's the tough one. That's usually the tough question of the day.
I want my legacy to represent girls and women. Girls and women that they are powerful queens, whether they're in a pageant or not. That they have a voice, that it's okay to use that voice. And if people don't like what they have to say or don't agree with it, it's okay. It just means that that person is maybe reflecting back something within themselves that they need to work on for themselves, because it's triggering an emotion or a memory that they had, that they need to work through within themselves to get them to continue to prosper and grow into a different version of themselves, but a better version of themselves. That if they have a dream and they have a desire for whatever it is that they want to achieve, that they can achieve their dream and their desire. And it's only what limits themselves to achieving that dream. So if they have a dream to write a book, write a book. If they want to illustrate a book, let them illustrate a book.
Yeah.
If they want to be a pageant queen, let them be a pageant queen. Like, whatever it is, to know that they can do it too.
I love that so much. So what advice would you give to young girls watching you today?
You are beautiful. You need to be yourself and unique. You need to have a voice and speak up in any situation that doesn't feel right or doesn't sit right. If a person, young or small, so it could be another classmate or a friend or even adult, makes you feel uncomfortable or doesn't make you feel safe, speak up to somebody that you do feel comfortable and safe with and let them know And know that you can do anything that your heart chooses that you want to do. There's no limitation. The only limitation is you put on yourself. So if you want to go and be an astronaut, go to the moon, go right ahead. If you want to be a race car driver, be a race car driver. If you want to be a model, be a model. It's whatever you choose to do, go ahead and do that if that's what makes you happy.
Oh, I love that advice. Okay, so then my next question is, what's something that people might not know about you? Give us a fun fact.
I have a lot of fun facts.
Pick one, because you're going to need one for later on.
A fun fact that most people don't know about me is that my senior year, right before I graduated college, the weekend prior, I actually flew to Connecticut and I had an interview at ESPN.
Oh, fun.
And it was like the most cool, being at ESPN is like a sports guy's dream.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to see, the whole studio and everything. Unfortunately, the interviewer and it did not work out. I just bombed my interview and it was an intern position. I didn't get the position, but at least I can say I interviewed at ESPN and I tried.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't succeed, I tried, and I have that to look forward to.
Yeah, that's a fun fact. I love that. Okay, when do you feel most confident or empowered?
When do I feel the most confident or empowered? In the gym.
Fun. Okay. Something new. I love it.
I used to lift for 16 plus years, and then for probably about 10, 12 years, I got away from lifting.
Okay.
And I just got back into weightlifting back in 2020, 2021, so right around COVID. And
my joints hurt talking about it.
I love to lift weights in the gym, and my favorite day is leg day.
Okay, my last question then for you is, can you finish this line for me? Women's history is being written when?
Every day. Every second. Every second that happens, a woman is making an impact. And at that moment that impact is made in the 3D, it is now in the past. So every time a woman stands up for herself, makes a choice, whatever they do that impacts not only themselves, but impacts other women, it's automatically written into history. It may not go into the history books or the History Channel, and a lot of women or individuals may not hear about that impact at that moment, but it does show up later on in the future. So when you get into the 5D, that future timeline, at that moment when it comes to fruition, that's the 3D, that reality, then it's like, we've been doing it all along, because we can look back at the history and go, these are all the steps it took to get to actually this point. Mm-hmm. And yay, we've made it.
Making a piece of history in each other's lives.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you so much for doing the podcast with me. I loved sharing your story about your book. Let's see the book one more time. This is just one of many books, and probably many more to come.
Absolutely. We actually have 8 more already written.
I love it.
They are just on hold right now. I'm hoping to at least 2, potentially 4 next year, but we'll see how everything goes.
Gotta pace it out, right?
Exactly, gotta pace it out.
Gotta pace it out. Give them a little bit of time.
Exactly.
Well, thank you again for coming on to Crown Her Story and sharing your amazing story and who you are and everything, so the world can see you and your beautiful self.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.